Hello juniors, and welcome to this week's episode of your Senior Project Advisory videos. I want to start by saying thank you so much, and I am so impressed with your dedication to learning and your motivation. Last week we know that the link to the sample proposal was not properly posted, and I want to take a moment to take responsibility for that. I was so impressed with the amount of not just teachers and staff members, but students who reached out, who emailed me, who came to speak with me at lunch to follow up. And I just want to say that your commitment to learning and your commitment to this process are really impressing me, and I want to thank you so much, because as much as I hope that you learn from us, both me and Mrs. Meredith, we learn so much from you, and we rely upon you to make this process a success. So today our video is going to just quickly review what we did last week so that we can all get back on the same page, and we should have enough time in advisory for every junior to complete section A, which is my idea, if you recall. Also next week we're going to go into more specifics on the learning steps and project steps so that we are all on track to submit our proposal at the end of October. So here we go. So please join me with your Chromebook out and open and go to the Helix Charter High School webpage, which is the process we had tried to start last week. Please go to the Students tab and go down to Senior Project. This is where you will click to go to the website that you will visit frequently throughout both junior and senior year. Scroll down to see the link for the sample proposal. I know many of you did get this working at the end of advisory last week, so if you did get the sample proposal to work for you, while I run through this process with the rest of the class, please find your proposal in your Google Drive and open it. For those who did not make their sample proposal in advisory, now we are going to create it. Please click on Sample Proposal, and then here it will link you to make a copy of the template. So click here. And here you will be prompted to make a copy of the proposal to make it your own. So please go ahead and make a copy. As soon as you have your copy created, the first thing you will do is name your document. So go up here to the upper left corner, and you're going to title your document with your first name, last name, and the word proposal. For instance, Jane Smith Proposal. You're going to want to name this right away so you don't forget to do that, so that you can always search your Google Drive throughout junior and senior year to find this proposal. You will not be starting a new document. That's where students tend to get really confused. If they start a bunch of different proposals with different ideas, it becomes very tricky with the sharing settings and which project are you doing and which project are you turning in. So be sure to just create one proposal, and any changes in the future will always be on that document. So by now, we hopefully are all looking at our proposal, whether we created it last week at the end of advisory or whether we are starting the process right now. So now, throughout the rest of advisory, you have two goals. The first goal is to change your heading. Here you will delete the name on the template and write your name. You will switch the ID number on the template to your ID number. Then you will switch the category of construction to whatever category your project is. For example, it might say science or education or coaching or art. Refer to the specific project guidelines if you're not sure where your idea will fall, which category it will be in. Remember, if you're doing construction, you'll just leave the word construction there. Here you will write the last name of your advisory teacher, your advisory room number, and you will leave class of 2019 here. This way we always know which class you're in, whether you're a junior or senior. We talked about the logo next week, and that we are starting now with the My Idea portion of the project, continuing throughout the end of your junior and beginning of senior year with your journey, the actual completion of the project, and finishing with the My Voice portion, the actual formal presentations at senior defense and senior boards. So we talked about this last week, but just a reminder, the title of your project should be very literal. So it shouldn't be funny or unclear. Just make it pretty much aligned to exactly what you're doing. Now for the next portion of advisory, your goal is to complete the My Idea section. Remember that this section is a detailed summary of what your project is and what your final product or performance will be. What are the goals you have? Who will be your consultant and why is he or she qualified to help you with this project? Give some specifics. For example, if you're constructing an item or doing a landscaping project, give dimensions, give specifics. What type of product will we see at the end at Senior Defense? Where will you complete this project? Approximately when will you complete this project? Remember that all projects must be completed by the end of spring break of your senior year. So at this point, we want to give you the rest of advisory to really get this section done, my idea. Remember, a tip is always to have the project guidelines for your category open on an additional tab. So to find those, you go to your senior project website where we just started, and you will click on Specific Project Guidelines. Scroll down to see your categories such as fitness or business, whatever category your project aligns with, and open the guidelines to make sure that everything you type in your proposal meets the requirements for the category. Remember, the way to get approved more quickly is to start with a strong first draft. Some students get approved in just 1 or 2 revisions with their proposal grader. Many students go back and forth 5, 6, 7, 8 times. The way we can make this process more streamlined for you is if you start with a draft that addresses all of the requirements found in the guidelines. So having it open will help you make sure that you're including everything that's required. Next week, we will go ahead and look at Section B, My Learning. Some samples of learning skills are also found on the project guidelines, and we will start Section C, which is critical. It is your detailed to-do list, and it is called My Plan. So be thinking of these over the next week. Thank you so much again, and I appreciate your commitment to this project. And don't forget, you can email me or Mrs. Meredith anytime, or stop by to see us with your ideas. We look forward to working with you, and we'll check in with you next week. There's no quiz to complete today. Please finish Section A, My Idea. Thank you.